Good morning,
Yay, we're
everyone.
back.
Welcome back to
The
Be
Be
So
So For
For
Real
Real.
pod. Because we're literally hungover. Well, at least I'm hungover. I'm
Well, we just woke
begging.
up like an hour ago, so
But the main thing is that we went out last night until like 5 or 6 in the morning. Ew, bitch, fire. I'm literally about to faint.
no, I literally feel like I'm like lightheaded. I'm like gonna have to be at a festival in like 2 hours. I'm like,
Yeah, guys,
whoa,
Oscar's going to Camp Flognog, which I'm actually really jelly about. I'm trying to find tickets last minute to go, as always.
guys! I always convince Oh,
Shut up.
I always convince Pablo to go to a concert.
Always last minute to something. He convinced me to go to Rolling Loud last minute. He convinced me to go to SZA first round last minute. He convinced me to go to SZA second round last minute. Now he's literally about to get me to buy a Camp Flognog ticket. What the fuck is Camp Flognog? Guys, Shadow's literally playing with something in front of me. It's so disrespectful.
Oh,
Like literally, he just can't leave his dad alone for 1 second. No, I'm kidding.
hey, just bring it with him, guys. Let's talk about how my mic problem last
Oh yes,
episode.
yeah, that was a moment in
Okay, so
history.
I was trying to be different and try to be like unique, like movie
No, he was
star.
trying to be so unique. He was trying to act like he was on a reality show with the hidden microphone
I know. I was
underneath
like,
his
what is
shirt.
it?
Like he put it like right here, and there was like this weird muffle that was occurring. Shadow, Shadow, look at me, babes. Stop. Ja.
Oh,
Oh, he sat down.
oh, like please.
He's so cute.
Little him.
But yeah, Oscar literally last episode, if it wasn't that muffled, it was kind of muffled, I feel
Yeah,
like. But every time that happens, you just get better.
and you just work on it.
And we just work on
I
it.
have.
And now we're talking with the microphones right in our little fucking mouths because we deserve it and we deserve a good audio. Wait, well, I don't even know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm literally blacked out or something.
I feel like we have so much to talk
No, we
about.
really do. I just like am trying to like. I feel like whenever I watch these kind of podcasts where people are like, "Oh, like we just woke up disheveled and everything," I'm like, "Oh, they're so dramatic," but I'm like actually like begging right now for dear life.
No,
But okay, what should we talk about? I feel like this week I had a lot of stuff happen for me. I don't know about you type wise. I'm like I don't know about you type wise,
I'm like I
but
don't know
like
what you do.
no no like for me personally, like I feel like it was a very chaotic week. And it like and then the fact that we had a chaotic day yesterday just like adds to all of it. And then also
No.
Oscar's going to a festival, so they're just like even more to like kind of unpack. What would you do this week?
Honestly, most of the time I just worked. I literally, maybe I was like on tour most of the day.
No, literally, like last week, Oscar was like, "Oh, are we gonna film a podcast today?" I was like, "I can't film a podcast today." He's like, "All right, well, I can't film until 2.5 weeks." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like I'm
And
not
he's
gonna
like,
have
"I work this day, then I have school this day, then I'm like unemployed this day." I'm like, "Ah."
that for this day.
So, we finally planned a day, and that's why we are literally filming at 8:30 in the morning after we just got home last night at like 5 to 6 in the morning because Oscar is going to a festival because he is on tour with SZA. Speaking about that, are you gonna meet SZA this time again, or what's going on?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, like we fall into the category A team, so
Yeah.
I just hope like we get something out of it.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
get that. Oh my gosh. Well,
Oh,
guys, Oscar's in a group chat with SZA and like a bunch of the fans that they met that one show, and they've honestly all been like super lucky. Like SZA like loves them, like gives them all these like she like responds to them and stuff, and that's super cool. So they're hoping that they're gonna get to meet her again at Camp Flognog. What the hell is even Camp Flognog?
it's Tyler Creator's like festival that he creates. It's like his version of Coachella.
But what's Camp Flognog?
I think it's like his like you know how like SZA has it her fan base and she calls her fans like camp.
Oh, so he calls them the Flognogs.
I think so, but then again, don't quote me. I'm like I don't know.
Allegedly.
Like I
Okay.
just know that there's a lot of good artists this time around. So I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
is.
I was looking at Sunday because like they're all like $500 to $600, and I had just bought my SZA ticket, and I was like,
Yeah, no, I
ugh.
remember you bought it a while ago. I'm kind of jealous. Hopefully, I can find a ticket. I posted on Snapchat yesterday begging. I was like, "Who's selling a KO Flognog Day 2 ticket?" And honestly, I suck at concerts. I suck at festivals. Every time I go to a concert or a festival, I like want to go home. Like I've realized that. I feel like that's a part of my maturing era is understanding that like I'm just not a big concert guy unless it's like Coachella and I'm like sitting down or something. But I am feeling FOMO, and I see like SZA's gonna go, Rex Orange County's gonna go, David's probably gonna perform again and everything like
Yeah.
that. So I think I found a ticket for like $200, but we'll see. What is
Oh.
it like? What's the vibes there? Do you know? Oh, what's new? It's brand new, right?
Well, it's been going on for a few years, but I think it's kind of like the indie boy version of like Rolling Loud, because you know how Rolling Loud is just like filled with rappers.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the R&B version of like
like R&B version of TanaCon.
yeah.
Cool.
we
No, but okay. Well, I'm excited for that narrative.
need to talk about our grinder hookups.
What the fuck? Literally. Okay, we do need to talk. Wait, we'll talk about our grinder hookups, but let's talk about last night because I feel like last night actually was like a lot of fun. Or did you have fun last night? Bitch, don't
I'm
even
just kidding.
start.
It was a lot.
No, yeah, last night, guys,
No, honestly, it was really
it was really fun.
compared to the other times. It was really fun
Yeah, it was really
yesterday.
fun. It's
Yeah,
because we didn't start off at WeHo. That is
yeah,
what started off the night good. If you start off at WeHo, you're gonna end off at WeHo, and it's just not a vibe.
exactly.
But I feel like we just yesterday was like a wholesome vibe. Oscar came over like pretty late at night, I would say, but we pretty
You're like
late at
pretty
night.
late,
We were gonna
so
film a podcast. Like we were gonna film the podcast last night, and then no, actually, this is so funny, but this is literally like mine and Oscar's like relationship in like a little bundle. Oscar called me like 4 days ago, and he's like, "Bitch, like I told you, like I'm on tour, like I'm gonna be so busy for the next couple of days or next couple of weeks on that matter." He's like, do you want to film Friday night? And then I remember this was probably like on Tuesday, and I was thinking like, oh yeah, like Friday night, I'm not doing anything. Like yeah, like why not film a pod? So I woke up Friday, and I was like, wait, me and Oscar haven't planned anything, and I was like, I don't want to be knowing. I know he's working. I know he's on tour, XOXO tour life. So I was like, I'll just like see if he's gonna text me. Oscar did not text me the entire day. The entire day. So the entire day of Friday, I was doing a bunch of stuff. I was cleaning, I was working out, I was doing this left, right, up, down, left, right. I was working my business because I'm a business owner. And at like 8:30 to 9 p.m., I'm about to go to the gym, and Oscar texts me saying, "Do you want to go out after we film?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "There's literally no way he thinks we're filming tonight." And he's like, "Bitch, I told you we were filming last blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Bitch, you gotta like remind me, hello," because
and then we started fighting.
we didn't start
I
fighting. I literally
was
had to
like,
call him right away. I was like, "Okay, okay." But we both said we wanted to prioritize the podcast, so we made it work. But I just think it's funny because Oscar fully expected me, guys. Comment down below what you guys think. Oscar fully expected me to remember, like literally a plan that was on
okay,
Tuesday.
but guys, I had made multiple phone calls. Like
Where were these multiple phone calls?
I literally before and after your Jubilee thing.
Oh, we have to talk about that.
Yeah, I mentioned that before, and I mentioned it the week beforehand too when we were still together. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
like next time we see each other, it's probably gonna be on a Friday night because I work.
work. Yeah,
I was like, but
because
then
I
again,
work.
I probably should have reminded one more time the day of. But
No, yeah,
I think it was just so chaotic like that day. I was like, I was just working all day, so I was like,
yeah.
it
I
didn't even cross my mind to remind you.
no, yeah. Me and Oscar were like, next time we're gonna like confirm with each other. Like, we're so
I
sorry.
know
Like,
there's
we
like
didn't mean
we're
to.
all
Like, we're
together.
like, okay,
Ah,
okay, we're
bitch.
so sorry. No, but that was like a little moment. But bringing up the Jubilee thing, you're right. So I feel like I've had two major things happen to me this week. I want to talk about the Jubilee. We'll talk about whatever, and then I'll get into the other thing later. But essentially, you guys, I got casted to be in a Jubilee YouTube video, which is like that really popular channel on YouTube where they do a bunch of like versus challenges, a bunch of different challenges like that. And I was so stressed out to do that because I haven't really been like in the industry in a while. I feel like I took a little bit of a break and kind of like took more mental focus on myself, my own brand, my own influencer career. So when I got casted to do this, I was like big bugging. I thought I needed like a day and a half to prepare for this. So Oscar was asking me like the night before if I wanted to go out. And I was like, I cannot go out. I have to be up at like literally 7 in the morning. I'm gonna be blacked out. Okay, we ran out of storage, so we're back. Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
I was literally about to say the same thing. What's it about? Oh, Jubilee. So, yeah, the day that Oscar wanted to go out, I was like, there's no way we're going to go out because if we do that, I'm going to be blacked out the next day. And if you guys know the whole Jubilee set, it's like this big, bright white set where you're literally underneath a hot light with a bunch of microphones, everything like that. So, I'm glad that I didn't end up going out that night. But this was, I can literally look at my calendar. This was last Saturday. I got there. I was one of like the first people on set. Which this is like me like telling you this because I never like really told you what happened at the
Oh
Jubilee
my
thing the
god.
other day. So I got there early. I was like the earliest one there, and the whole set was like basically like there was another person on set that we were like doing a surprise to. I can't be too specific because it hasn't came out yet, but there was this one person that we had a surprise with. So when I first walked in, the casting director came up to me. She's like, oh my gosh, like the person is right there. Like I can't have you seeing them, so we're gonna have you wait on the side of the building." And I was like, okay. So literally cut to me like waiting on the side of the building for like 20 minutes, like literally my ego like down to the floor. I was waiting, waiting, waiting. and then cut to like all the other contestants like already walking in and her like giving them a hug and giving them like $1 billion. I'm like, wait, why am I on the side right now? Like just
Yeah.
waiting, you know? So I waited for a minute, and then finally I got let in, and it was like the most chaotic experience ever. Like I made it to the final round, which was very, very fun, and I got along with all the other contestants, made a couple of friends. But I feel like the biggest thing with those Jubilee things is like you just have to have like a huge personality. Like that's like the biggest thing, because also they have like a look that they want you to like kind of give off. But the biggest thing is personality, because when you're like in front of a big white screen, like literally like there's nothing else going on except for you. So it was very hard because I had to think of like quick humor and like try to think of all these funny things on the spot. And I was like getting nervous. Like I was getting like dehydrated. Like my mouth was like foaming up and shit. Like it was just so chaotic.
That makes so much sense because I love Jubilee videos. I think
Really?
they're so interesting or like funny.
Yeah.
And then, but I always see that everyone's so like I don't know, like personality is like times two. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like you I forget what they said specifically, but they were like telling us, they were like, guys, like you need to be more. And they were saying like essentially like you being the most in front of a white screen, in front of like like and then like nothing around you is like you doing nothing. Like you have to do it like times two to like make up for like everything that's missing around you. And I was like trying to be so funny, and like now I have the ick, and like I'd rather like do anything else than watch it. Like I'm terrified to watch it. I feel like I'm gonna get the
I'm
ick.
excited though. That's a good opportunity though.
It's a good opportunity because like a lot of people are gonna watch it, but it's also like, if I'm used to a lot of people watching something, it's like my
Yeah,
audience,
like
like
my
my
content.
niche, my people.
Yeah.
But this is like a whole different niche. Like this is like America. Like this is like literally
Big.
like the Americans that drink Dunkin', the Americans that like wake up at 6 in the morning like to go on runs. Like these aren't the like Americans that I'm used to, like, you know what I mean?
You're
Like
like my
talking to.
people are weehos
Yeah,
at four
my
in the
people are like the
mornings.
Latinos. We stand. No, I'm kidding.
Big.
But like I honestly don't know Julie's audience, but I'm a little bit nervous because last time I was on like a live show, which was the James Corden live Tinder segment, I was also a finalist. There were like so many comments, there were like so many different types of people watching, and I was like, oh wow, like my audience isn't the only ones out there, unfortunately. So I'm a little bit nervous to watch it back. Ugh, every time I do something cool like that, I give myself the ick, and I just like don't even want to think about it. Like I just don't want to watch it back. Like literally, like I disassociate so hard when I like film those type of things. Like I always tell myself I'm gonna close my eyes mentally and just like walk in and just say whatever the fuck I want, and like act like I'm just like this like big somebody. And then like after I say something big and bold, everyone's like,
It was like,
okay,
okay,
like he
well,
dragged it.
yeah. He's like, well,
And so, anyways, it was fun. I would honestly rate the experience like an 8 out of 10. I would say 10 out of 10, but I didn't really like my outfit, and I feel awkward about it afterwards. But I always feel like that after any cool opportunity.
I'm excited though. I've literally watched all of the Jubilee videos.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't missed one so far
Yeah.
recently. So I'm like, oh my
And I
gosh.
didn't know
I'm
Jubilee
like, is
had
this you in
like,
here? I'm
no,
like,
later. That's actually kind of crazy.
yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, like because like Jubilee's so big and like popular.
Yeah, don't they get like millions of views
Yeah, no,
on
like
their
some of them
YouTube?
get like 20 to 50 million
Yeah,
views.
that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, that's crazy.
And some of them go really viral, but I'm gonna be so for real. I don't think this one's gonna go viral.
Oh,
I don't think there's much other than me. No, I'm kidding.
babe.
No, no, no. The other contestants were super cool. Love y'all to death. But I really don't think there's much oomph, unless they like keep in what I said. But I think I dragged it a little bit. I'll honestly say what I said, Oscar, and you can tell me if this is too much, because
Okay.
I've been bugging about this for the past couple of days. So basically, like, well, everybody knows there's a contestant, there's a girl, right? And I'm not gonna say what happened, how we were trying to swoo this girl over or whatever, but we were trying to swoo this girl over. So at one point, this girl ate some food, and the girl says like, "Oh, this mac and cheese is very dry," or "This something something is very dry." Why did I go? Why did I go on national television? Why did I go? That's the last thing that'll ever be dry.
Ew. Oh my gosh. I'm
Why
sick.
did I say that
I'm
on literal
sick.
film? I go. That's the
Bitch.
last thing that'll ever be dry. I can assure. I can assure you that.
Ew. Oh. Bitch, you were trying to have your viral moment, huh? Bitch.
I
You're like,
was.
I want to show out.
I was because
I
guys,
wanted to be the moment.
if I'm gonna be so for real, literally like right before, we were all being chill and everything, and we were all like, "Hi, like nice to meet you," everything. But then they were like, "Cut," and then they come up and they're like, "Guys, like, come on, like, let's be so for real. Like, we need more." So
Like,
it's
let's
like,
be so
and I was
for
like,
real.
"What kind of more?" And then I heard somebody else, like another person, say at one point, he was like, "What did he say specifically?" He was like, she's like, "Oh, this is really heavy." And then he's like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." And then everybody was like, "Hee!" and like laughing in the corner and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, like I can try it out."
Yeah.
And then I go, "That's less than anything." Cut. I'm like, damn. I'm
They
like,
said that?
no, they didn't say cut, but everybody like around me was like, "Oh, damn." They were like, "Oof," and like they had been in like other Jubilee videos, so like it made me feel like I dragged it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. And then there was also one other thing I said that I probably shouldn't have
What?
said. What did I say specifically? I said, oh my gosh, poor girl, love her to death. She's so sweet and she's so pretty, and we're friends now. We're mutuals. It's all good. We talked afterwards. Everybody talked, guys. This is all like consensual. It's all agreed to. Like no one's trying to like make anybody uncomfortable. Like she knows, we know. We were all like trying to play into that narrative. It's just embarrassing because I'm not. I'm not like a. I'm not a fuck boy. I'd call myself like a wholesome, nice,
Aha.
kind, sweet man. No, I'm kidding. But I said blah, blah. I said something else along those lines, and I just like felt like gross and icked out. And that's kind of why I'm more so afraid to watch it back, is because I feel like every time I do something so cool, I do close my eyes like mentally and I'll just like say whatever to have that like viral moment
Yeah.
maybe. And now I'm like, ugh, why did I say that? So that
But I
was
feel like
some
we're
for me.
put when we're put into the scenarios where we like try to be like, or like it's something like higher. We
Hmm.
like our I feel like our humor or like the way that we act is like
Is what different?
yeah different. Because I feel like right
Yeah.
now we're casual because like this is like we're just
Oh
talking on
yeah.
like your couch.
No, yeah.
But
Like
if we
right now
were
we're like he and me like, yeah, the last thing I'll be dry.
like we were, no, we're fully like I feel like if we were put us on a stage,
No, bitch, you would literally shit your pants. Like,
yeah,
I'm not even trying to be dramatic, but I was shaking. Like, it was so nerve wracking. They put microphones on us. We were all on this big set with cameras all on us. Like, they were all like watching like our every move type shit. And I don't know, I'm kind of scared. Like, literally, but whatever. So yeah, that was
oh
fun.
my, while you were doing that, I was doing an escape room.
Oh yeah, you were. How was that?
Guys, it was so last minute I decided to go to an escape room.
Yeah, he asked me to go, and then I ignored him because Oscar would not stop asking me to hang out this day, and I was like, Oscar, I
Well, because
can't
I
hang
was
out.
okay. I was trying to figure out like, okay, we won't see each other for the next like 6 years. So like, let's see. I'm like, might as well just like figure something out. But then I was like, you know what? I understand. But it's because I had the days mixed up. I thought the Jubilee video was like 2 days after, but it was fully the day after. So I completely understand that. But I was like,
Yeah, like he thought. Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
no. But then we ended up going to an escape room. It was really fun.
How was that? Well, I've been to the escape room like one time, but it was during my like disassociative year, so I don't remember.
It was so funny. It was literally like okay, so we had three options. It was like a magical forest, with like a magical tree. Like number two is like a horror one, and three was like Winnie the Pooh. And I
This
was
sounds
like,
like my acid trip. I'm like, okay,
okay, Winnie the Pooh.
yeah, I'm like makes sense.
So I was like, the magical forest was kind of cute. I was like, okay, like I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Paid like they were like the record is 10 minutes. Why did we stay there for like an hour and 30? And there's
Whoa.
like four of us.
Wait, so it's actually that fun though?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Like to like actually like try to like solve a
Yeah,
question
because
or
once you
something?
solve it, you feel smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I need more of that shit, like more brain working activities in my life
Yeah.
rather than like brain dying
But then
activities.
again, it was also like Javier and Alexa were just taking over.
Yeah. Shadow. He always gets so near the camera. School.
Oh,
Go. Please, school, please move.
Shadow's having his moment right
No,
now.
literally, like he was just sitting right there. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool that you guys went. I feel like that's so vibe. That's so like mature of
But
you
it was so
guys.
funny because Javier and Alexa were mostly doing all of it, and then it's just
And
me
you
and
and July like
July.
ah,
I know
like
we're like,
twerking
oh
and
my
shit.
gosh, we were over here messing around. We're like, whoa.
Wait,
There
see
was one part big,
what?
so we completed one of the puzzles, and then literally you open the door and it's pitch black. I was like, what
So I'm
the
scared about that. That's what I'm saying. They drag it
I
sometimes.
know, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then I fully like, okay, so it's like stories. I mean, two stories. That has two
Two
stories. I'm like,
stories. I'm like boy
whoa,
Virgo and girl Virgo.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then I was downstairs, and everyone else was upstairs doing trying to figure something out. But I was like, okay, like let me be downstairs just to see if I can figure something out.
Yeah.
I literally hear a door open. I start hearing Javier and everyone's voice start disappearing. I was like, what the hell? And I start hearing like thumbs. I was like, what the
What
heck?
the hell? Why
So
is
then
it Hollywood Horror Nights?
no,
I'm
literally. So I
confused.
start going upstairs and I literally see the door open with pitch black. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, these guys cannot. What's going on? And then I literally see like them. There's like a whole pit. It's like literally like you're falling down. Like if we were to fall down, there's like a pit on the bottom and it's all pitch black.
And you fall into it?
Yeah, but I didn't jump in there because like it looked. It's like 3 stories
Three
high.
stories? What
I
the
was like, what
fuck?
the heck? So there's me jumping off like a door and I'm like,
Wait,
whoa.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Wait, that sounds fun. I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know at all what to expect with an escape room.
I feel like we should try an escape
We
room.
should. I'm down. I was telling Jordy yesterday. I was like, "Oh my gosh, we should all do an escape room." And he was like, "No, like I'll get claustrophobic." I'm like, "Let's be." No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, like what an escape room entails. Like, it's giving like literally like it's giving like my friend Tanner on TikTok. He made this video where he was like, um, Disney Horror Nights versus like Six Flags Horror Nights, and then like Disney Horror Nights was like, "Boo." He's like, "I'm so
Oh, he
sorry. You have
saw that
such a
one.
beautiful
Yeah.
family." And then like Hollywood Horror Nights, "Let me cut your balls off."
He's
And he's
like,
like, "What the
he's
hell?"
like,
No,
whoa.
it's giving like I don't know what the hell's gonna happen in the escape room. It's giving they're gonna be like screaming in my ear or
No,
something.
well, escape rooms, there's no people. It's more so they just put you in a room. Like, it's like if we just got thrown into your room, we have to escape.
Oh, I'm
I'm
like,
like,
is there a
what?
safe word or something? They don't have that. Like you like
No.
look into the camera like hard.
Well, you can tell like people like, oh, I don't feel comfortable, or like I literally can't get this clue, or
Like,
like,
are
and
you
then
trapped in a room?
you're trapped in a room and you have to get out like using the hints.
Oh my gosh, it's giving
But you
like
have a time
Sherlock
limit.
Holmes.
You have like a time limit,
Oh
and then
wow.
like once obviously it's done, they like you're like, oh, you failed and you're a loser.
Yeah.
Like you
How
have to
much
get
was
out.
it?
Not that bad. It was only like $40.
Oh, that's gonna make
Babe, but there's like rats coming out of the door. And I was like,
What the fuck?
woohoo.
That's what I'm saying. They dragged it. No, because I was looking at it with Lewis yesterday. We were looking at a couple different escape rooms, and that one or escape, like the basic one was like $23, but the one that Kim Kardashian went to like 2 months ago was like $85. I'm like, what's the difference? I'm like, they have like crystals at the end, like you win a fucking diamond or something.
I'm like, you get two more rooms. Or
You get two more rooms. If you
no.
win, you get another room. No, yeah, but we should definitely try that. No, yeah, but but I do want to just say I feel like that those days. Well, actually, that's not true because we still talked. But I feel like those days prepared. Like I don't know. Like I feel like a little bit sometimes. Like when I watch other people's podcasts, I'm like, do they only talk when they podcast? Because and then other than that, they're not gonna want to talk about like everything they talk about on their podcast.
Yeah,
And I feel like since those days, like whenever we talk on the phone, like we just have so much to talk about. I'll just be like, bitch, we'll talk about it on the pod. Bitch, we'll talk about it on the pod.
yeah,
Because like we like took that those like little couple of days. And I was going to Camp Flognog. I'm like, ugh, like I want to go so that we could like I don't know, like I like
yeah. I have more memories.
more like I don't know, like I love just like
I have more memories for the podcast, not
like
memories.
not for us, for the
For the
podcast.
podcast.
No, but like because I don't know. I'm just like I feel like we go to every festival together. Like we went to Rolling Loud, we went to
Oh,
Coachella.
we really do.
Oh, you
Oh,
try. I'm
oh, you're
kidding.
like, oh.
I'm like you tried it, but no, yeah. So hopefully I'll go to Camp Flog Gnaw or something like that, something because I'm trying.
I know, and this lineup is really good.
I know I'm feeling FOMO, especially because it's literally today and it's in LA. That's the thing, guys. Whenever something's in LA, you feel it like that much more because it's like everyone is there. It's way more accessible, and not even that. It's like it's there. Like SZA's performing like 20 minutes down that way, and like
Yeah,
it's just like a heart wrenching thing to go through.
yeah,
But yeah, and then also like every time something happens in LA, it's always like a very busy week, and it just like feels different. Like you see people like going to the stores to like get ready. You see people like getting outfits. You see people like waking up early in the morning to like get their coffees and shit. Like like everyone's more like prepared and like
yeah. And I feel
go.
like from your window, you can literally see everybody here.
You can see like everybody getting
I
ready and
know. I'm like,
stuff.
oh,
Like
hey
oh my
guys, good
gosh.
morning.
Um, no, yeah, but we'll see what happens with that.
Let's talk about how you were in the music video.
Oh yes. I've been waiting for this one, y'all. So, okay, also, I was in a music video, guys.
I was
I
supposed to
was
be in the video.
in Tate McRae's music video, Love Her to Death. That was honestly so crazy, guys. That was crazy, and there's so many different things to talk about that Tate McRae experience. But guys, if I'm gonna be so for real, every time I go on a Hollywood set, I feel so intimidated, especially because people are getting casted on their looks. When you get casted for a music video, it's not like getting casted for Jubilee. It's not based on the personality, bitch. It's based on your looks. You have to give off that look. And what they were looking for was like vintage LA, vintage, dirty X Tina, like leather jackets, like grungy looks, you know what I mean? Like cool bells. Like they were looking for that. So the morning that I was going, well, honestly, guys, I literally got casted for it the day before. Like the day before, I got a random text from one of my casting agents being like, hey, do you want to be in a Tate Maker music video? And I was like, yes. Like, okay, perfect. We'll put you on hold. And then they're like, okay, you're confirmed. At this point, it was like 10 p.m. and the music video was the next morning at 7 a.m. So I had to like get ready really fast. I didn't get much sleep. And the next morning, I like picked out an outfit quickly. I was like struggling with it. They told us to wear like baggy jeans, leather jackets, everything like that. Bitch, tell me why right when I got on set, they said like they literally changed me completely.
That's what I was thinking about because you had posted a Snapchat, and I remember the day before you were like, "I have nothing to wear."
Yeah,
That's when I called you, and I was like, "Wait, like, what are you gonna wear?"
yeah.
Because you were on live, like, struggling, and I was like,
Yeah, I
"So,
was, like, struggling to find a fit, but, like, I'm dumb for not realizing Tate McRae has a budget. A budget.
yeah,
So every single person was personally styled by, like, the celebrity stylist. She is so iconic. She literally has styled, like, recently in the past couple of days, like, Jenna Ortega, Cardi B, like, all these huge people, guys, like, literally every single, like it's actually kinda crazy that she, like, worked with us, but I got to set I got there, like, 15 minutes late, and I was, like, bugging about that because I always get everywhere late, bitch. Like I can never be on time anywhere except for the Jubilee thing. I was on time there, but I got to the Tate thing like 15 minutes late. Bitch, tell me why that you're actually gonna like feel like this is like a really like interesting Hollywood experience for a lot of people to know. But I walked onto set. It was a super chaotic set. So many people, like a production team of like 100 people on like a very beautiful stage set. Like it was crazy, giving like the Nickelodeon studios where there's a studio and then a studio and a studio. Like it was so crazy. Golf carts, trailers, everything you can think of. Huge catering services. Like literally the coolest thing ever. Like people, their walkie talkies, people building, everything like that. So I walk in, I have no idea where to go. It's always so awkward when you first walk into set because it's early in the morning. You never know where to go, and when you do find the other actors, everyone's kind of like awkward to talk to each other
yeah,
because everyone's kind of like closed off. It's early and also it's Hollywood. So like no one's really like that friendly, like to begin with.
yeah."
So literally, bitch, I walk in. I see three people sitting down, three people, right? And I sit down with them, and I'm the fourth person to sit down. Literally within like 3 minutes, a casting director comes and she goes, "All right, I'm gonna take three of you." Literally, bitch, I didn't even have a second to think. Those three people got up. They got up immediately. They were they got up and she's like, all right, perfect, come. And she literally takes them to the back to start getting ready, to start getting put on camera and everything. I was so mad at myself because I always tell myself, like, guys, like whenever I'm on these sets, if they ask who can do this, me. Who can do me? Like, you have to be
Yeah,
the first person to always stand up, always the first person to get up because they need you, yes, based on your looks, but also based on your availability. So I literally told myself on the way there, I was like, all right, like if they say like they need somebody, I'm gonna be the first one to get up. So I was so mad at myself for the fact that literally like, but then again, I had just sat down and those people were probably there for like 15 minutes already thinking about how they were gonna
yeah,
get up. So they got up immediately and they left. And I was like the last one sitting there. And I was
yeah.
like, fuck. And I was literally like sitting there for like 30 minutes and nobody else was showing up. So I was like, is anybody else even going to show up right now? Like, am I the last one? Like, I don't know. But guys, as like the 30 minutes went on, more people showed up. Like maybe like 5 to 10 more of the background actors that oh my gosh, Shadow. 5 to 10 of
Who?
the background actors showed up and we're all sitting down. The casting director comes back and she's like, "All right, I need two of you." So I immediately got my ass up, like I was ready for that. She's like, "I need two of you." I like got up immediately, and this other girl just got up immediately. She's like, "All right, perfect, come." And at this point, there was like 10 people there, so like
Yeah,
it's good that I got myself in there right in the beginning because if I were to have like not gotten up. I literally would have waited for like I think those people ended up waiting for like 2.5 hours before they were even used. We were the last two people that were put in wardrobe, the last two people that did makeup, the last two people that were put on camera. It was only like five of us that we needed. So like thank God I got up immediately,
yeah,
and that really like reminded me like, holy fuck, like yes, it's based on the looks, yes, it's based on personality, but it's also based on the ability to say, here to work. I'm here to work. Like I'm ready. I'm up.
yeah.
I'm done. I'm down. Whatever you need me, I'm here. And the fact that I got up so fast, they really appreciated that. They brought me to wardrobe. The lady was like, I love your outfit, but we're gonna change you like completely. Like we're just gonna change everything you're wearing. And I was like, okay. She literally had like 5 racks of the most cool clothes from like Dolls Kill, Jaded London, like all the thrift stores in LA, like every single cool piece of clothing, every single shoe, every single belt, every single everything. And this girl just like was like looking at me and she was just styling me and it was so much fun. Like I felt like a celebrity, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And usually on those sets, yeah, sometimes they'll have wardrobe, but it depends how big the budget is, like, for everyone to get wardrobe, like,
no, that
even
makes
background
sense.
actors, even, like, extra people that were casted, like, every single person got literally personally styled, which is just such a big budget, but then again, Tate McRae is literally, like, the new pop girly.
Yeah.
She just got signed to a new label, like, they're probably giving her hella
That's
money.
so crazy though, because one of my friends did like he was a background actor for Juice World's music video.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Like literally, I think it was like right before he passed away.
Yeah. That's so
But
cool.
he was telling me he was like, oh yeah, like we just had to go in like a hoodie and like sweats and like or stuff like that, and they're like, oh, like that's fine.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's so crazy how like
It's, like, different.
yeah, I mean, in a way, I think. it just go come to budget, but yeah, it's also
Well,
like
I
big.
feel like also though, like Juice WRLD like didn't like he was more of like the perform well, Tate's a performer, of course, but I feel like his music videos were different, obviously. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like he had different vibes to his music videos. I don't think he like cared about like you know, like our hair and makeup type shit. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like it was more about like the song, the aesthetic, that like energy and
yeah,
everything. But you know, this was a pop star. Like, you
yeah.
know, so this was like very like you need to look like this, you need to look like that. So that was really cool to like be put in that setup. And then after I went to hair and makeup, they literally treated me like I was like Kendall Jenner. Like it was so fucking cool. Like, they were literally like there
I
was like
literally saw you getting your makeup done. I
I
was like,
know there was like
whoa.
four people on me. They were like everybody was touching me. I'm like okay, y'all, and they were all like you're so beautiful. I'm like okay, then put
Babe.
me on the front of the stage. Like literally give me a contract or
Babe.
something. Like I'm confused, but me like confused.
Like, oh,
But yeah, so they did hair and makeup and everything, and then from there we started filming, and then that's when we got put in this little room with Tate, and then it was just us four with Tate for like literally like 2 hours,
that is so
and she
crazy.
was literally like, "Bitch, like you know, we were doing our acting thing right here, and she was like sitting like she was like, standing right here." And like you know, it was only us, so we were like all getting along really well. We kind of, I wouldn't say became close, but it was like you know she was like at that point she was like, oh like hey you like can you do this, hey you like you know what I mean, because like
Yeah.
we all like that. So what I thought the most boss and iconic thing was, you guys, I literally, this is so iconic, Oscar. So when we got into the first set to start filming the first scene, it was us four in Tate, right? The assistant directors or whatever, like there was a bunch of guys on set. They all started filming us. They're like, all right, guys, we're gonna get some close up. All right, guys, we're gonna get like film of you guys, your faces, like walking by, Tate walking by. We're gonna get all this film, right? Guys, tell me how. Literally, they're filming. Then out of nowhere, this little girl walks in, like literally this little girl, like this short ass girl, and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" Like as we're filming, and then he's like, "Oh, we're just filming some shot." She's like, "What?" He's like, "We're just filming some shot." She's like, "Turn it off," and then he's like, "We're already filming." She's like, "I don't care, cut it," and then we're all like, and she looks at us and she goes, hi guys, I'm your director for today. Like this little girl just told like 50
What
men
the?
to like cut it and stop because they were filming without her, which I think is so iconic of her. Like that
Oh,
was
I
so
love
iconic to see
her.
like a young woman on set
Yeah,
directing. Like you don't see that often in the city. So
yeah,
when I saw that with my own eyes, like literally I saw with my own eyes, like these men just like start to work
yeah,
without the director there. And then she gets there, she's like, "Why are you guys starting without?" You know, she's like, "I don't care." Cut. She was not rude or like being an asshole, but then again, she was being firm. Someone needed
and
to be firm.
yeah,
And then Tate like loved, you know, everyone thought it was iconic. I was like,
yeah,
"Bitch, like you're iconic." She
yeah.
also looked like just like Scarlett Johansson, and like I kept getting confused if it was her or not. No, like guys, literally identical. We all agreed identical. But so yeah, and then that happened, and then like literally like we just filmed and Tate was just dancing and performing in front of us for like hours. It was so crazy. Oh
That
my
is
god.
so cool that it was like a young woman.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Because I do see that a lot. I feel like many directors like are just like all men.
yeah,
You know.
I've worked on many like music video sets and it's usually always all men. Except for one, the Steve
That really goes to
Aoki.
show. Like I feel like if you push your like everything's possible. You know.
Yeah. I just think it's cool because it was very obvious the budget was really big. Like the product, like the sets were literally being made as we were in them. Like literally, we got into a little room, and as we're in that room, there's like 20 people around us building, like screwing, drilling, painting, brooming, every little thing, like all around us, like a whole team. To the next point, like 2 minutes later, it's an entire set in there. Like that's how these like studios work. Like these sets are made as you're like so we filmed in one and then they're building the next set and the next thing you know you see like a huge boxing ring and then as we're in the boxing ring there's nothing next to us and then after the boxing ring there's a huge bathroom. Like they build sets right
Oh
away and
my
it's like a whole
gosh.
team of like 20 to 30 people that are like building these sets
Yeah.
as things are happening. So it was so cool to just like yeah be on set, be an actor, but also to just watch background and see how like the assistant directors work, the lighting works, the production works, like behind the scenes people work, like you know like the assistants work. Like it was so cool to see that. Like at one point, Tate like had allergies. Like she like had allergies, and she's like, "Oh, I have allergies." Literally, like within 2 minutes, somebody went to Walgreens, came back, bought her Zyrtec, and gave it to her. Like literally, it was so quick, guys. Like she had everything she needed, as she should. She's an icon, but it's so inspiring to see so many people all in one place for one person.
Yeah.
Like that is a dream. Like sorry for my narcissism being fueled right now, but like literally, bitch. Like imagine like 100 people on set, all for you, like
Yeah.
all for you, like every little thing you need, everyone is there for you, like nothing else. Everybody's collectively there and excited to make that one person
Yeah.
grow. And like I that was just so inspiring, and to see Tate dance and sing in front of me for like hours, it was like she's so incredibly talented, and like it was so inspiring, and I will never look at her the same. Like literally, like she is a pop star, and to see a pop star in front of your eyes is like next level.
That's crazy. We both experienced like artists, like meeting artists
Yeah, I was
in the
gonna say
span of
like
like
it's giving like like how you feel with SZA like in that moment, but it's like if you were to see SZA like dancing and performing in front of you, like just
yeah,
directly right there for like hours, and like you saw how SZA worked, sang,
yeah,
danced, thought, like like her whole process.
exactly.
And there was even like a very popular celebrity choreographer there, and he was choreographing her stuff, and he was like, Tate, like you are a pop star. Like he's worked with everyone, guys, like every single person, and he's like, Tate, like you are a pop star. Like, and it was just such a cool thing to see. And then also her friend was on set, and her friend was like screaming from the back and being like, bitch, you got to do more, you got to get more, you better work, like this and that. And it was like, oh my gosh, like that's her best friend on set, like hyping
Oh,
her up as she's filming a music video to her next like global pop hit.
yeah,
I don't know, that was so cool. So I had a good time. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I was like in it much. I mean, I was in it, but like I wasn't like anything crazy. Like, like I was
yeah.
just there for the experience. I met a lot of my friends that I've met before on other sets. And it was like another good way to get me back into like the music video industry. But I think that was just kind of like, honestly, like every time I do a music video, it just makes me want to like, it makes me want to like be the star the next
Yeah.
time. Like it always makes like, on Jubilee, like I was like, I want to be the star the next time. Like now I'm like, I want to be the star the next time. Like it always just fuels me more to like do that.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I feel like in those moments always inspiring.
yeah, it was definitely very, very cool. But guys, all these crazy fun moments that could make me not humble, but I'm still at WeHo on the weekends.
Ah, dude.
So I'll never forget about y'all.
I like how we said we always try to come back to the what happened yesterday, but we always skim away from like
Yeah, well, I mean, because I feel like yesterday was just like so last minute. Like it was based on all these things that have
guys.
been happening.
Like, let's be so for real.
Let's be so
Like
for
every
real.
night that we just go out, there's something like a story time. So we just know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like yesterday was the most like wholesome
Yeah,
we've had. We did get drunk. We did get drunk. So basically, we went to like some different bars. Do you want to like explain what we did last night?
yeah.
Because I feel like I'm gonna black out.
So like,
I'm gonna get some water. Keep
I was
explaining.
running a little. I was running a little latte. Um, I was trying to figure out clothes that I was gonna wear for Camp Flogna, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw my whole closet in my car, and then we'll just figure it out once I get there. Um, so I get to Pablo's around like 11. We were supposed to film a podcast, but it was already. We're like, okay, it's too late. So then we ended up going to a few clubs near Pablo's, and then we were like, ugh, the vibe wasn't there. But we were already kind of drunk.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Like we went to clubs like in downtown LA. We went to clubs. Yeah, we went to these clubs in downtown LA. But they are like these pubs. They're like the basically the music is not like reggaeton. The music is not like Latino music, like
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff. And I knew that. We all knew that, but we wanted to have a wholesome night. And then Kels and Oscar like, we're bored. We're bored. We're bored. I'm like,
Okay,
say you want to go to Real.
we only said it once.
No, I heard Kels say it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Kels was like talking to herself in the back, like, I'm bored. I'm bored. But she wasn't bored. She was just saying that to like be
I count
funny.
Kels.
So then Oscar was like, I'm gonna order an Uber to WeHo.
No, I confirmed with everyone first. I was like, "Do you guys want to go to WeHo?" And then everyone's like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, let's just go," because I'm like begging the narrative. It was like, it was fun. The post was like, the narrative was cute, whatever. But I feel like at some point, I'm just like,
Oscar wanted
"Where's?"
to shake ass.
Yeah, I was like, "Where's the point?" But then we didn't even shake ass at WeHo. We fully got there at 2.
Well, I think we danced a lot. I'm
Also, the
not gonna
Ubers
lie.
that whole night.
Oh my gosh, our Uber driver was drunk.
Well, both of them. Oh wait, well, no, the
Oh my gosh, what the fuck happened with our Ubers last
I know
night?
the Uber's really weird. I mean,
Guys, you have to be safe.
Our first Uber, amazing.
Oh, our first Uber was amazing. I gave him a $20 tip with this like little cash moment I had. Like literally, like he was amazing. But the other two Ubers,
Yeah, so we had gotten an Uber from downtown LA to WeHo. Pablo's sitting in the front because it's 4 of us, and there's 2 in the back. And then we're driving, and then the music is like very quiet. One, like I paid for the comfort one, with the one that's like more comfortable for everyone.
guys, we were literally in like a buggy, like a
Yeah.
small ass car.
And then I was like, okay, like, and then Pablo had asked like, oh, can I turn up the song? The Uber driver was like, no,
He's
like
like, no, don't touch my shit, and also move your feet, get your feet off my dashboard. Guys, literally, I'm like in the car like this, like begging. I'm like,
But he had walked. Pablo had walked into the car, and it was like that.
it
Like
was
he's
already
also
like
Pablo's
that.
not also gonna just move
Like
this
I didn't
chair.
move the chair. Like if anything, I was just squished because I didn't want to be disrespectful. And then I was like, "Oh, can we put up the music?" And then he's like, "No." He's like, "I can, and you can take my feet off my dashboard, or you can take your feet off my dashboard." And I'm like, "Okay." And
Yeah,
he's like, "What?" I was like, "No one wants their feet on your dashboard." And he's like, "Oh, then why you got it like that?" I'm like, "Cause your car's begging for space." And he's like, "Oh, then why don't you move the thing?" I was like, "Cause you told me I can't touch anything." And he's like, "Oh," and I was like, "You're so weird." And then he was like, "Don't call me weird." I was like, "You're weird." And then I kind of stopped. I didn't want to like keep being disrespectful, but he was obviously an asshole.
yeah.
And oh, also, I did also ask him. I was like, "Hey, can you like stop at 7-Eleven real quick?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, like we could pay you extra." And he's like, "No." I was like, "Ooh." And then he was like, "Oh, because I get it." He's like, "Oh," he was like, "Nah." It's like he's like, "This is my prime time. Like I'm gonna get another one." And I was like, "Okay." So like that was like the nice that happened. And then when I asked to do the music, he like popped off. And like I don't know what went on with him, but he was an asshole. We got to WeHo, yeah, like 2 a.m. We had to pay like a $20 cover charge as always.
I know. I'm like, we shouldn't have to be paying anymore.
I know,
Oh
literally. And then when I walked in, the fucking DJ was like, "TikToker in the house, Pablo
yeah,
TikToker in the house." I'm like, "Then why didn't you let me in for free?" No,
I
I'm
know.
kidding.
They're all calling you out. They're like,
No, they're all
hey,
calling me out. They're like, "We have a TikToker in the building," and then some guys like Pablo. I'm like, oh. I'm like, guys, am I fame? No, I'm kidding.
ah.
Like, I love that narrative. I
No,
think
but
it's
like
cool.
I feel like WeHo is just like, dude, because
What?
it was so like downgrading. It's like no one was there yesterday. But then again, I don't know
Well,
if it's gonna be pulling up like hella late.
honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. Like, I had fun. Like, I didn't care about anybody that was
No,
there.
I had fun
And I feel
too.
like that's why I had so much fun because so many times we go to WeHo, we always care about who's there. We're like looking around.
Yeah.
We always want to make sure that somebody's there. But yesterday we were having fun with all like the 30 and 40-year-olds. Like we were like
Oh yeah.
blasting out. Like I was dancing with them. Kels was like twerking on one.
And
Like
I was like,
literally, yeah, I
whoa.
was like, whoa, 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 Kels. But yeah, like I think we just like had fun with each other, which is why it was more of a vibe. Like we just met a lot of people, got a lot of drinks, got a lot of other stuff. If we're gonna talk, okay, should we talk
Ah.
about poppers?
I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Is poppers illegal?
No. I mean, they'd be selling it at WeHo. Like
Oh
it's.
yeah, they do be selling it at WeHo.
I don't think it's bad. I mean, I think obviously, if you're addicted to it, then
Yeah,
that's a different story.
yeah.
And if you're doing it every time you go out, I
You
mean,
need
it's also we
help.
like we don't.
You need therapy.
Yeah. So I think it's just everyone had one. Everyone had like a little thing, and I was like, we were already fully drunk, so we're just
Well,
like,
guys, I don't. Okay, can you explain to them what poppers is? Because I still don't really know.
so. I feel like poppers. I mean, I still don't know as much, so I'm like, I can't even be informing the
Yeah,
people. I'm like, so I don't know what it is.
yeah. We're not
But
saying to do it.
so we're back, guys.
How are you not sweating? I'm like progressively taking everything off.
I know. I'm like, whoa, get off
It's
my
getting a
pants.
little hot. But wait, we need to clarify because we were just talking a lot of shit about poppers. We do not take poppers. We never take poppers. I do not own poppers. I would
And we
not
will
do it
never.
recreationally ever. But were you saying what poppers was? I think that's where we left
Oh
off.
yeah, I think it's like a nicotine high. It's like it gives you like that high.
Yeah, but it like
Um,
kills your brain cells.
yeah. So like,
Yeah,
but I don't know something about poppers. I feel like everyone in the gay community. I think it's also like to lose. Well,
to loosen up that hole.
yeah, that's what I heard it is.
That's
But
what it is for. It's like for sex. It's like a sex drug.
see, but I don't know. I've never heard like people tell me otherwise, so I just don't
You've
know what's.
never tried poppers during sex?
Huh?
You've,
No.
huh?
What the
Really?
heck? What would you say
There's
that?
no way.
No, I've never used poppers.
He's just guys. No lube, no poppers.
No,
Oscar just
no,
goes
definitely
straight.
lube. What the heck?
Oh gosh, I'm scared. No, yeah, but that's what I heard poppers was for. It was for like the whole loosening up narrative. But then I see people taking it at clubs all the time, guys. Like poppers is like the biggest, like most popular thing at WeHo. Like they literally sell it at the sex shops for like
Yeah,
$30 because
for like 2 cents or something.
2 cents,
I'm
$30. These WeHos, these WeHos will literally pay anything for poppers. Like
yeah.
it's crazy. So everybody was like offering. We're like, oh whoa whoa whoa. It was like a very fun night. We were all just dancing, having fun, just like by ourselves. We are like meeting new people. Oscar like saw like a bartender that like he like fell in love with or something. Like I don't know.
Oh
I don't know what
no,
happened with that bartender.
no, you swear I'd be falling in love with any guy that I talk to.
No, 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 no. That's not
I'm
true.
like, no, but it
Because
is.
no, because on Kelleen's story yesterday, you were like literally. When
No.
I thought you were just saying hi, you were like hand over the shoulder, like fuck me eyes, like looking at all these,
Oh.
and then you're like
Oh.
Oscar walks around, he's like, I think I want to hire him to be my bartender for my birthday. Oscar's birthday was 2 months ago, and he's still planning his birthday party.
Okay, well, we're still trying to recreate my birthday party as we talked in the podcast
Yeah,
last
did
time.
we?
Yeah,
We talked about what
it
happened.
was towards the end. Remember how you brought it up? We were like, oh, like Oscar like blacked out.
Yeah, guys, Oscar blacked out on
Yeah,
his
so now I'm
birthday.
trying to recreate it so I can have memories or something.
So why don't you do it?
Well, definitely I will do it,
Oh,
but
you saw what I sent you? Like how Uber has like party buses now?
yeah, but I feel like those would be like $1,000 or something.
Yeah, but I also feel like it'd be cool because maybe there's like an easier way to split it, and it's like, oh, like 50 people, $20
Oh,
each.
okay,
And
okay.
like Shadow's literally like right below me playing with my feet, guys. It's crazy. Um, yeah, but you should do your birthday again. I don't know. I just feel like as we were talking about, like I feel like I really am like at a different point in my life where like I do prioritize other things more than just like blacking out for nothing.
Yeah,
Like if I'm gonna get drunk, Shadow. If I'm gonna get drunk, it's like to have fun with my friends
yeah,
and to remember it the next day so I can podcast about it. But I don't want to like black out anymore. I don't want to like look around for other
same.
people. Like I liked the vibes we were on last night. And I feel like if you do something for your birthday, you should really prioritize like having the good people you want there so you're not like looking around. You're not like
Yeah,
outsourcing for other energies. You're just focused on the people you have. Because when we all went to WeHo for your birthday, everybody wanted to get fucked that night allegedly because everybody split up. Everybody split up. Like we were all still in the same club, but everybody was on their own mission to get fucked
yeah.
that night. Dead ass. Like I don't know what was going on in that air. Shadow.
Oh,
He's literally like playing with me so aggressively. My school. Come here on the live or come here on the podcast.
alive.
Or not.
Oh, oh,
Okay, relax.
they're fighting.
Um,
I'm like,
were you traumatized after your birthday?
yeah. I mean, not traumatized. It was fun, from what I heard. Like,
From what I heard.
from what I heard, it was really fun, and everyone had fun.
Yeah,
Kinda. I
it was
mean,
fun. I
hopefully.
had fun. I wish we could have like you got to like experience it more and like like literally Oscar had a limo waiting for us. He dropped us off within 30 minutes. The limo had to pick us back up. The limo
Yeah.
was like, do you guys want me to bring you to the hospital? I was like, oh, like literally like
Yeah.
no, but Oscar had his little 21 blackout moment. It's fine.
But
Everybody
now
has
I'm
that.
like trying to recreate it because I'm like I don't want the narrative of my 21st birthday to not remember it.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't remember any of the night.
I
To
mean, I
this
feel
day, I'm
like you
still
had a
getting more
pretty good
pieces.
21st birthday.
Yeah, but like
Like,
still running back.
yeah.
Guys, it's because there was like fully like 3 bottles in that limo.
Yeah, like Oscar was chugging and slugging.
We had like 3 bottles, a biggie ball, like it
Yeah.
was everything involved.
It
And then we
was
had one
crazy.
Gatorade. One. Like
That's
they we
always
were
how it
all
works.
sharing.
Literally us last night with the orange juice, like
Oh yeah.
sharing for like our fucking chaser.
Literally.
But I feel like that's a good 21st birthday because my 21st birthday, bitch, let's be so for real. It was the worst birthday ever. Like I thought I was gonna like do this whole thing for my 21st. I went to Colombia, had the worst panic attack of my life. Literally went on the first flight back home to Connecticut, not even LA to Connecticut, and then stayed in Connecticut for like 4 months after. I couldn't even go back to LA because I like that was like my first panic attack, and I was like, "Have you ever had a panic attack?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you suffer from anxiety? What are
So
your mental
I
illnesses?
mean, well, I did. I do suffer with like anxiety attack. I feel like that's why I have the stress balls. Because
Oh wait, don't cover your face
well, I'm like
with your knees.
I'm like this.
Yeah, like
No, I that's why I have my stress balls. I feel like I do be getting anxiety sometimes, but I think it's also it just falls down under like me doing a lot of stuff.
sorry, I'm being annoying.
You know what I mean?
Um, yeah, I mean, because your life is very stressful. Guys, Oscar, we talked about Oscar's literally a manager, the manager at Canes. Like, that is so fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then
Like, you
like
have a
with
lot to
school
deal with.
combined, it's like a lot.
I literally can't imagine you like telling somebody to clean that like fries machine.
Oh, guys, it's so funny. I was just literally telling like Pablo, I was like, it's so crazy how I'm like in charge of like a 50-year-old like woman who has like 6 kids,
Yeah,
and I'm telling them what to do. Like it's so crazy.
yeah. How do you feel about that?
It throws me off, and then especially when I'm like closing and I'm just by myself, and I'm like, wow, I'm like these like 8 people in here, like
Yeah,
they depend so
they
much on
depend on
me.
you. Yeah, and also like those people with kids and everything, like they're going home to take care of their kids and then they're coming into work the next day for you. Like
Yeah,
it's like you are like a part of their like day-to-day lives, which is
yeah.
crazy. Oh my gosh, what's the craziest things that's happened? What's the craziest thing that's happened to you at working at Canes?
Oh, I definitely have some crazy customer
Wait, let me
stories.
say that again for a clip. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you working at Canes?
A customer yelled at me and threw me under the bus.
For what?
I just kidding. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
I'd be trying to do it for the clip too. You're like, whoa,
yeah,
okay, I
I'm like,
guess.
okay. He's like, it was 4 score and 7 years ago.
No, so there was this like customer who I had told her I was like, so usually when they order a big order, like we tell them to park up front just because like
They have to take a little
it's
longer.
especially for the drive through. It's also like if we have like small orders behind that car, we're like obviously gonna want to like
Get
get
those
those
out.
other
Wait,
orders.
I'm sorry. Is this still a thing? Like, is there like a drive-through time that you guys try to beat?
Yeah,
Like that's why you'll send them out so it doesn't fuck up your drive-through
exactly.
record. Yeah.
And it's also like, but I think it makes sense. Like it's obviously like if you have the other orders behind it, which are smaller, and you can't make the big order, like you might as well just park up front and we'll help everyone else get to their destination or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was telling homegirl, I was like, oh, like can you park up front? And she's like, I'm not moving, and I was like, okay, well, like you kind of have to. I'm like, there's no like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like your food is gonna take another like 8 minutes. Like if
Yeah.
being frankly honest.
Like the chicken was still chickening.
Yeah, and she was like, well, I'm not moving, and then at some point like she had her drinks already, so she literally threw them at the window. Yeah, and then she was like yelling at one of my crew
But she
members.
threw her drinks at the window.
Yeah, like fully, and then like it splattered all over. I was like, oh, and then she was like yelling at like one of my crew members. And then I was like, at some point, like you're not gonna disrespect like my crew members. Like I
Yeah.
like
He's standing up for his 50-year-old team members as he
yeah,
should.
but it's also like you're not gonna disrespect them. Like hello, like I'm not gonna just let you like disregard
Yeah.
like their because she
Their
like yeah
feelings.
like homeboy was getting mad. And I was like, don't worry about it. Like I'm not gonna give her food anymore. Like
Yeah.
that's if there's the difference between disrespecting like you have to treat people as humans. Like at the end of the day, like
Yeah. Like you have the right to serve whoever you want to based on your position. And also you just base that if people are being nice or not.
exactly. And I'm like, and to the point where you throw your drinks at the window is
That's so
crazy.
dramatic.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm just not gonna do that narrative. I was like, I can't give you your food anymore. And I was like, I can give you a refund when you can go out your way, but I'm not giving you your food anymore.
What the fuck?
And then she was like, no, like I need corporate summer. I was like, oh, you can find it online.
Yeah.
I'm like,
People don't understand like the whole corporate narrative. Like, oh, like I'll call corporate on you. Like, do it. Like, do it then. And then they're
yeah,
gonna call the manager and be like, "This is what happened." Like, like the customer is always right. But
yeah.
once the customer gets their money back, no one gives a fuck if you're right or not. You don't like we don't have your money. Like, we don't owe you anything. Like,
Yeah.
go. So if you refund them their money, like
I think that's also one thing with Canes, like corporate, like and everything like that. They always like stand up for you. So it's like that's
Oscar's literally corporate at Canes.
yeah, I'm like literally
Like literally, guys. Wait, can we talk about the whole like blanket narrative, or is that like not allowed?
like narrative.
Like the music.
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, well, you can say that because that was like
Oh,
kind of cool. This shows how like Oscar like literally is in charge of Canes.
so we have like a station where we play our music, and then we have our friend Blank.
Blank does not talk to us anymore. We keep calling him Blank. We talk about Blank so nicely. He doesn't respond to my texts. He doesn't talk to us. Like
But we still have love for him.
we do, yeah. But we like always talk like our friend Blank. Like Blank is literally in Dakota. He doesn't give a fuck
I
about
know
us.
he has his own music career,
Yeah,
but he had just dropped a single. Ah,
a single,
he
a
had
one
just
hit wonder.
a
No,
one
I'm
hit
kidding. I'm
wonder.
kidding.
I hate
I'm like drama.
bitch. It's like Blank
Fuck
versus
that.
Pablo. I'm like,
I'm kidding. Blank, if you're watching this. Oh,
no, but like he had just dropped a single, and then he was like so happy telling everyone, and he was posting about it on
he was so
TikTok.
cute about it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh! And at that time, well, I still have the like ability
I still have your name
to
on my
request
neck.
songs onto the channel for Canes. So I requested his song, and it got put on there. So
Yeah.
now, if you guys go to Canes and you hear Blank, then
Didn't Blank say that he went to Canes and he heard it?
yeah,
That's so cool that you did that, bitch. Literally, guys, Oscar put Blank on the Canes radio. Like, I was gonna say internationally, but there's literally like 5 Canes in the world. So,
no, there's literally almost like 1,000 now.
wait,
Yeah,
what?
they're all over the world now. Swear.
That's cool. I know. I saw that there's like new ones being built everywhere, like
Yeah,
random spots, and
at
people are
Post
going crazy.
Malone.
Yeah, the Post Malone one, and all
Yeah,
these influencers got invited, and I didn't.
like come on.
Anyways, no, wait, that's so funny, guys. The whole influencer narrative, like, I realize that I'm literally like Tana Mojo's son. Like literally, like I'm Tana
Bitch.
Mojo's son. Like I have my own lane, but I will never be invited to Raising Cane's premiere. Like I will never be invited to
Not the
fucking
Raising
like
Cane's
Boohoo
premiere.
Man. Like
Haha, bitch.
like I want to, I hope to, but like literally, like I get invited to like fucking like I get invited to like WeHo's opening ceremony. Like I get invited
I
to
know you're
that.
not even that, babe.
Like
It's
not
like
even that. Like not even that. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's so cool that you have like your whole Canes narrative. Not me. You have your. Do you guys see Shadow attacking me in the back? He's literally. But when he bites, he doesn't actually bite. He just like randomly
oh,
like nibbles.
whoa.
Scoobs, can you be respectful? Scoobs, I'm literally like filming. You're just so
We
disrespectful. What?
need to talk about when we were driving back from the Uber on WeHo
Oh my gosh,
yesterday.
yes, guys. We okay. That's like the biggest thing we need to talk
That's the
about,
highlight of yesterday.
guys. Okay, our Uber driver last night was literally drunk
No, like fully drunk or something. He was
on something,
on something.
guys. Oh, of course I ordered it. I'm
I
like, let
know.
me get the cheapest Uber. No, literally, guys. Like, I was trying to like put the car down. I was like, I'll get the Uber
I know. I was
back.
like, I'll get the Uber. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, I gotcha.
okay.
Me putting the like wait 15 minutes, save $10
It's like
option.
carpool. A
Yeah, like
carpool.
fucking like carpool, like a car that has no tires, like tireless car service. I don't fucking know. But so we waited like 20 minutes, but we didn't care because we were dancing, we were having fun.
Yeah.
And the Uber gets there. It's like a little janky ass car. We love it. I don't give a fuck, guys. If there's one thing about me, I'm not gonna pay for the more expensive car. Like y'all might do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like I don't care. So I get in this car. I get in the front. No, Colleen gets in the front. This was the first time Colleen got in the front of the night, and it was very obvious because Colleen, ella se habla. If there's one thing about Kels, ella se habla. Like that. So she was in the front. Me, Oscar, and Lewis were in the back. Guys, the first the first red flag was when we said, "Can we play music, please?" And he was like, "Oh no." The first red flag was when we got there and we were taking a little bit of time to like get ourselves settled in the car. And he's like, "Oh, it's okay, guys. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time." And we're like, I was kind of like, "Wait, what? What do you mean take your time? Like, bitch, like start driving. Like, let's get
Yeah.
home." And also, like, I had added a stop to go to a dispensary and it closed in like 20 minutes. So I was like, "Let's get back."
Yeah.
So we start driving immediately. Me and Oscar are like, "Oh my gosh, can we play music?" The guy's like, "Yeah, sure, sure." And oh no, he goes, "I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little old. I don't know what that means." And I'm like, "Can I play music?" Didn't he say that? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Can I play
Wait,
music?"
I know where this is going, and I'm so excited.
Right. No, like he was like, I was like, "Oh, can we just like use your phone?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, no problem. Go use your phone." So I grab his phone to go on to the music app to go play a song, and I see Grinder on his phone.
Out and about the
Grinder,
first
yeah.
app.
Let's be fucking professional. Like, can we have some professionalism in the city? Like, everybody just wants to fuck on the job. Everybody wants a quick suck and duck. Like, it's just so insane. So I see it literally on his recents, like right there. I'm like, okay, like let's be so for real. So that wasn't a red flag. Go off, sir. You want to get your Badusi 8? We get it. No, literally. So I go on the music app and I go to play. Oh, it was also so weird because I literally was about to play a song, and then right as I was about to play, Oscar was like, "Are you gonna play Golden Hour?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Wait, guys, no, but that was the entire day.
yeah." You told me about that.
That was the entire day. Like, I don't know. I was in my psychic era yesterday. Like, I
Yeah.
fully was like just predicting everything. So it all started off the day of like yesterday because I was like, I had a feeling. I was like, okay, Pablo might have not remembered. And I remembered after work, and I was like, that's why I had texted him. I was like, I don't feel like Pablo remembered. So that's when I texted him. I was like, oh, like, do you want to go out after the pod just to like throw it in there about if he still knows about the pod?
Yeah.
And then that's when everything went down. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay. And then we had met these nice ladies who were dressed up as
Steve Harvey.
And okay,
Shadow. He's literally right in front of the camera.
Oh,
Scoosh.
he's like,
Shadow,
hi.
baby, come over here. Can you not?
Shadow's like, I'm the star of the show.
No, literally, relax, Scoosh.
No, and then we met these nice ladies who were like dressed up as Steve Harvey. And then I asked, Pablo had asked him, like, oh, when's your birthday? And I literally was about to say September. For some reason, like, I literally was like, oh my gosh, like, I eavesdropped, and I was like, September. And then there's like September 10th. I was like, oh. And then now we were in the Uber, when we were in the
When we were
car.
in the car, he literally, guys, out of nowhere was like, "Are you gonna play Golden Hour by Jake?" I was like, "Yes, bitch. What the fuck?" I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay."
I guess you're mind reading me now.
Yeah, like I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, so I played it on the phone, guys. But keep in mind, as I'm playing this, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes go by. Me playing the song, us talking, literally with this man's phone. At this point, I'm logging onto his Bank of America app and selling myself $25. Like literally, like everything was going on, guys. I literally, not even me or Oscar didn't even notice. Neither did Kels because she was in the front ranting about PR or something. Literally, Lewis goes, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "Home." He's like, "We're going the wrong way. We're going towards the beach." And I was like, "Wait, no, we're not." He's like, "Yeah, we." I was like, "No, we're going another way." Guys, I realized the Uber didn't even the Uber first. The Uber did not even care about where we were going. He just kept going. He didn't have his address. He didn't have anything that was on. He didn't even accept the ride yet. The ride wasn't even swiped. To anyone's knowledge, we weren't even in the car yet. We were just driving with a random man, like literally. So I go up to him. I'm like, sir, I think you're going
Okay,
the
you
wrong
said
way.
nice like I didn't. I was like,
He goes, that happened. I'm like, bitch, you were driving the car.
babe.
No, but so I go, sir, I'm like, sir, I think you're driving the wrong way. And he's like, oh, shoot, shoot, sorry, I wasn't even looking at my phone. Aren't you an Uber driver? Like, I'm so
Yeah.
confused. Like, what do you mean you're
Are you
not
new to
looking at your phone?
this?
And
Yeah.
also, he was like laughing and giggling and saying like all this weird shit throughout the car ride. So he's like, oh shit, my bad, my bad. I'll get you home in 15 minutes. Guys, the thing said 19 minutes. It's like how unprofessional, like, of an Uber to be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna speed 4 minutes to get us there
Yeah.
in 15 minutes.
And
I
it's
was
also
like,
he was like, "Oh, you guys can like drink, smoke, or do anything here."
yeah, he's like, you guys can do whatever you want in the car. Like, there's no problem. If you guys need weed, like, I have weed. Like, my dad's a grower. Like, I have a bunch of weed if you guys want it.
I'm like, "You're a
And we're like,
grower."
what? And Kellyan's like, yeah, weed. I'm like, girl, this is like LA. Like, I'm not taking shit from nobody.
Yeah.
You guys got to be safe with that. But so we're driving back, guys. He's literally running all of the red lights. What else was
Yeah.
he doing that was
And
weird?
he like like there was one time where he almost like ran a red light, but he stopped. So he's like, "I'm sorry." And he like literally was like this to Kelsey. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
sorry."
he like put his hand in front of Kel's because he stopped that hard. Like, what the fuck was going on, bro?
Yeah.
And then okay, so we get to the dispensary. Us four pull up. It's like 3:50 in the morning,
No,
about to
it's like
close.
4.
We have 4 in the morning, literally closed.
Yeah.
But the people were cool in there. They know me. I go there all the time. I'm a regular.
Ah.
No, literally, I love to go there after lives and then get a joint or something. But we walk in, buy our joints. And as like, actually, okay,
Whoa. Okay.
literally when we're getting out the Uber, I was like, okay, sir, like we'll be back in a minute. He's like, take your time, it's okay. You guys can take your time. I was like, no, we'll be out in a minute. Take your
Your time.
time, literally, however long you need. I got you guys. Take. I'm like, we'll literally be out in a minute. Like,
Yeah.
relax. So we go, we get our stuff, we walk out. Guys, this Uber driver's outside smoking, literally outside of his car smoking, like this older man just smoking. I'm like, not him like smoking on the job. And at this point, I was like, he's definitely a little bit drunk because the whole time he had a hydro flask that he was drinking out of.
Yeah.
What Uber driver is drinking a hydro
And
flask?
he wanted to roll down the window so bad.
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And he was like swerving and shit. I don't know. Anyways, so then we got in the car with our new joints, and Kels was like, "Can we smoke in here?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care." We smoked in his car. He literally smoked our joint. I don't know why he smoked our joint.
Yeah.
Like literally, our Uber driver smoked our joint. Like, let's be so for real. Um, and then
He had a cute little fedora. What was that? What was it
yeah,
from?
he was like straight out of like a Paris like catalog, like back in 1970, like a little baguette man or something.
Oh my god, we always experience some weird people.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we always say we
He
experience
was
weird
nice.
people.
He was nice.
He was nice. No, we always emphasize that. But we always say that we experience weird people, but it's because we're literally out at 4 a.m. in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like, what else are we expecting?
Yeah, like are we expecting some nice people? Like no.
I don't know. But yeah, it was crazy. Very much so. Era moment. But what are you looking forward to besides Camp Block Knock?
I have some exciting things planned for my business.
Mm-hmm. What are
Like
you
really.
starting? What are you doing?
Well,
Wait, hold it closer to your
once I finish, I'm like,
mouth.
God.
Ah,
Well, I'm about to like, I'm gonna go to UCLA next year.
yeah. Guys,
So,
Oscar's gonna be in his college era.
and then I already have like all my savings like ready for to actually like, um,
Start your
oh
business.
yeah, start my business. And then like I've been making phone calls here left and right.
Yeah, making little phone calls.
Yeah. And then one of my friends like he's like knows a lot about like opening a business and like all this stuff. Like
I'm like, what friend? I'm kidding. I'm like, no, I'm
like
kidding. Not that
what
one.
degree is he? I'm like,
I'm
but he
like,
owns like 3 like Mexican food like restaurants. So I'm like I probably like can ask him for help.
yeah,
And
the food industry is brutal.
yeah,
Brutal.
especially for coffee. I'm like, but then again, it's like time to take control. I'm like, I don't want to be supporting. Oh,
No, literally. There's a lot, like every single big coffee corporation now, unfortunately, supports all these awful things nowadays. And it's just so upsetting to know that, like, a lot of, people's dollars are going to things that they don't even know about. So I'm sure that's not the specific reason why you're starting is you have the passion for coffee.
yeah,
But I think that's also important when you do start a brand is to like disrupt the system, disrupt like I don't know, just disrupt the category that you're going into.
yeah,
For me, it's like I'm doing jewelry, but I'm doing customizable jewelry. So it's like a little bit different,
yeah,
like customizable jewelry isn't so like available, like so right in front of you type shit for so affordable. So that's why I did it. And for you, you just kind of like have to find those
Like click,
things.
yeah.
You know, like I think for like a coffee business, like that seems so brutal. I'm like, but I feel like you just have to have like unique marketing strategies and like
Yeah.
get people to like want to try it. You know, like it's giving like TikTok shop like, oh my gosh, this coffee kept me out for 4 days without giving me like anxiety after. I don't
I
fucking know.
mean,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's exciting.
Oh my
But you have saved. That's so literally. I I feel like there's two very mature things for somebody to have in their lives, and these are the things that determine whether you are a stable person or not. One, having a playlist with the music you like, and two, having a savings account. I have neither. Like literally, like I mean,
I
I don't
have
fucking
neither.
know. I literally just made my first financial spreadsheet yesterday. I'm like, where's all my money going? Like literally, like I'm like so mortified. Like literally, my monthly spendings are like $6,000 to live in this fucking city. I want to cry. But are you like smart with your money?
I try to. I mean, honestly, like once I started making money from like games and everything, I was like spending here and left and right. But now, as recently, I really try to focus more on like spending money correctly.
Do you get consistent income?
Yeah,
It's like the same every couple of days.
yeah.
Why does the lighting have to like get right on me, y'all?
And it's also like, but it's also like I'm not too restrained, just because like I always hear stories about like my friends or like people like that have grown up already. They're like, oh, like I wish I could have spent more money, and I wish I could have gone out more as like like in a like teenager or like
Yeah.
a someone who's young like us. You know what I mean? So I really want to because literally, why was I was telling this to Delai. Me and Delai have this conversation because we worked. Like we come from like a family where it's like we're always working and like we always try to stay
Like a
busy.
hustle
Yeah,
mentality?
yeah, exactly. So why were we working like at 16? Like if we were like debt like for $10,000 or something. We were working like I don't even know we were supposed to be working that much, like that young. Like we were literally working
Working
40.
where?
Can't say because it's not. It's you can't be like working that many hours.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Is it? Yes. You could have
Like
been like, yes.
no, I what is no, it's not that.
Oh,
It's
what?
oh my
Oh.
yeah. Yep.
At 16?
Yeah. I was
Guys.
fully working like 40 hours over there. I mean, because
I'm like, wow, you were working there. I was sucking and fucking on Santa Monica Boulevard. No, I'm
bitch,
kidding.
why are we doing that? Whatever you do. No, but like we were working like so much, but we were like to the point where we would go overtime, and we would go like work so much, like our
She worked there
lives.
too?
Yeah. Well, she worked at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, well, now you guys know where.
Yeah. And then that's when she moved to like
The other place where she
yeah.
worked a lot. Yeah.
And then
Mm,
we like it was just a lot. Like it was literally like to the point where we would go from work to school, and then we would on our breaks we would do school.
mm.
So it was just like always busy, and it's just like I feel like that was literally when I was like 16 all the way to like 19, and it
Damn,
was literally
bitch.
just us working like all the
Yeah.
time.
So you've been like in that like cycle of
Yeah, but that's why I try to prioritize having more fun now and using my money for like because I think one thing that we forget is like we started making money to go like have these experiences. You know what I mean? Like obviously life isn't cheap or like you obviously have to buy like pay for rent, pay for bills and stuff like that. But it's also like I do see these years as like entertainment.
yeah,
You know what I
no, I
mean?
get that. I think that's important because, bitch, literally, like literally,
This is wild.
guys, people forget we live in a world that is dying. We live in a world that is burning. We live in a world that our actions can help and save what's going on, but also we have to live with that excitement still. You know, it's very easy to have that anxiety about life. You just want to stay in bed all day and do nothing, or even just like get used to the whole narrative of what it means to be surviving. Survival, you know, like this fucking world is so insane. So at the end of the day, like all I ever try to do is just have fun. Like I know that's such a privilege and I'm so grateful and happy and loving and blah blah. But my life always wasn't like that. And I'm sure your life wasn't always like that as
Yeah,
well. Like, you know, like we both come from like obviously not rich backgrounds. You know, we're still grateful and privileged. Like we had a roof over our heads, but
yeah,
it's not like we had like everything. So
yeah,
I think now like as we've worked for ourselves, we're 21, 22. It's like this is the time to have fun.
Exactly.
And like, you know, literally when I was doing my financial budget spreadsheet or whatever, I literally put $200 a month like to go out. Like
Yeah.
everybody on my like TikToks, let's fucking talk about it because y'all bitches on TikTok love to come for me. You saw all the hate I
Oh.
was getting.
Oh.
No, literally. Anyways, I posted a
I mean,
TikTok opening up all my bills. I was like $1,500 in bills.
wait. No, you keep talking because
Okay,
that is people are so
crazy.
like no. Someone had asked me, does your friend Papa really not pay his bills?
No
Swear,
way. Somebody
swear.
asked you
Yeah,
that?
and I was like, he does pay his bills. I'm like, I don't know where this narrative is coming from.
Oh my
I'm like, even
gosh.
then, he's literally doing things that y'all can't. Oh,
Oh! No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, like to be honest, guys, like I'm obviously not the most responsible person in life. Like I know there's a lot of things I can work on financially, but I get bills in the mail once a month. All those bills that come in the mail are like fucking like vintage ass bills, like gas, water, rentals, insurance, Geico, like that type of shit. I have my auto pay bills, Netflix, you know, I have my fucking Hulu, my Paramount Plus, like my Wi-Fi bill, like all that kind of stuff. But these are bills that come in the mail. Also, guys, my credit's fine. Thank you for asking. And these bills,
talk to me
I'm
differently.
not even yeah, talk to me differently.
Differently.
I'm not even trying to be dramatic, and this might be a very immature way of existing in this world. If it is not in my collections, it is not the most biggest priority to me. Bills are bills because they get on top of bills sometimes. That's what happens, guys. When you're not the richest person that can just pay everything, sometimes bills add up and you're not able to pay things right away. Interest will come up. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Like, you know, like I struggled a lot. I've been in LA for a year and a half now. I've had bills come up my entire existence that I've made happen. I pay my rent every like I'm still here, still chilling, still just fine. And I'm finally at a very like financially stable place, but all those bills were bills that were like left in the past that I had
Yeah.
to address. So I wanted to make a transparent video and be like, guys, because everyone thinks like, oh, Pablo, you're rich, like, oh, you got a new phone. Like, no, babes, absolutely not, absolutely not. The way this country works, you pay for things month by month, and if you can't pay for it, interest goes on it, and unfortunately, that's how it works. So I was able to pay everything, but a lot of people in the comments were hating on me, being like, this is such a turnoff, less WeHo, this and that. Bitches, let's be so fucking for real. I include WeHo in the budget. WeHo was already in the budget before I was already negative. So it's like already in the budget. Like I've told you guys, like I have a monthly spending of like 6,000 a month, unfortunately. That's including my business as well though. So like it's very, very beneficial and it's good. You know, I pay my rent, pay everything I need to pay, plus my business. So I'm good. But I include like $200 to go out. I included $200 a month for pool days. I included like 150 a month to maybe buy myself some clothes, thrifting.
Yeah.
I include everything in that so that I know what I have to make a month to get to that point.
Yeah.
And because you know, it's like one thing if I'm like, okay, I'll spend 4,000, or like I only spend 4,000, and then I don't include the fun things, and then I spend the 4K, and now I have no money left over, and now I'm using the money I don't have to go out rather than like using the money I do have. Anyways, basically what I'm saying, don't worry about other people's finances unless it's me because I know I talk about it a lot. But
But it's also like Pablo is the kind of guy who doesn't spend money. I'm like,
yeah,
so it's like I don't know where this narrative is coming from.
yeah, I
Like
don't spend money.
like you sometimes you can hear in the TikToks that he posts or like
Yeah,
Snapchats. I'm always like, oh, Pablo's spending money.
yeah.
Okay,
Like
like
I
he's more financially responsible than I am in a way. I'm like, because I'm over here like, yeah, let's
spending.
yeah. I'm
No,
like,
that's very
here,
true.
shots for everyone.
Yeah, no, but we talked about it. Like it's because he has that consistent income
Yeah.
that he feels comfortable with. My income is based on literally like my mental health. Like if I'm not feeling good, I can't go live. If I'm not feeling good, I can't post TikToks. I'm so dramatic. I'm okay. I'll be fine. Like
Don't worry about
I'm
me.
completely fine. Like it's okay. Like don't feel bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm like
We start
literally
crying. I'm
joking.
like, whoa.
No, but it is a big thing. Like I've talked about this a lot, guys. Like literally, I started doing social media when I was like 12 or 11. Like I got my first 100K when I was like 14 years old. I used to go live in school, like literally, like I was like in high school, bitch, running around the school with my camera with like 8,000 live viewers, like 8,000 people on my live, maybe sometimes 12,000, 15,000, like live viewers. I'd make like $3,000 while just sitting in my like classroom, like
Yeah.
in high school. Like I had a very like cool come up and very cool experience to everything because it's when live really first became popular. And honestly, I remember my teacher was the one who told me how to make money. And like he literally every class would be like, you should go live, you should go live, like make more money. Like so like that was like my normal for a while. And then like as I got older and like realized like mental health was real and like, anxiety, depression, everything like that, it got in the way of my career. I literally sold my TikTok account, like gave it all up because I couldn't just be happy on camera anymore. And then I took my break and now I'm at a spot where like I try to just be myself. I try not to like push that too much or else I will burn myself out. But no, yes, sometimes like, if you're not like happy, if you're not in a good mentality, like you don't want to film. And that's why I like to just be honest online. Like I'm like, these are my bills. Like this is what's going on. These are the good. These are the bad. That way I don't let my mental health get too much into it.
Exactly.
But then when I be too honest with people,
People
they
just
get
take it
too
the
involved.
yeah.
And then people are talking to you being like, this probably not pay his bills. Yeah,
No, and I should
y'all
have.
literally live with your parents. You guys don't even know what bills are.
Oh,
Like, let's be so for real. Like, that's fine. That's so fine and that's smart. And you guys are doing something smart. Like, if you're saving your money and you have a plan, as you fucking should. I might be dumb for some extent for paying rent, but then again, I don't
at
have
the
the
end of the
most
day,
ideal
like
situation
yeah,
back at home. So I choose to do this.
yeah, and I'm like everyone shouldn't be worrying about every any other person's financial. Like if
Yeah.
you're that worried about how someone else is doing financially, then something's wrong. I'm
Yeah.
like it. And I should have said I was like I'm like that's so weird. I'm like why do you care? And I should have said that I was like because like why do you care?
Yeah. I mean, I get it though, because I'm putting it
But
online.
it's also
Like it's
like
me.
you're doing that for like your like your people that watch you.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
just doing I'm literally just doing it because I have this uncomfortable feeling with making it seem like everything's perfect all the time, making it seem like I have everything figured out when I don't.
But you're so transparent, and I feel like I'm like no, but like I feel like it helps people too that are planning to move here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like just things like that. Like I saw, I was like, oh shit, like at some point that's gonna be me, you know.
Yeah.
So I saw that I was like, oh shit, like I'm gonna like have to get ready for this because like
Yeah.
I'm about to like leave and I'm about
Yeah.
to go do my own thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like I saw that as like, oh shit. Like I have like it's a wake up call. Like oh, there's gonna be a lot more things coming up ahead.
Yeah. And like guys, a lot of people, there's so many people that have kids, that have debt, that aren't able to work because they aren't able to get their papers. There's so many people in like way harder situations where these bills keep adding up. So y'all can make fun of me. Y'all can call me irresponsible. Y'all can say I'm icky for not paying my bills. But please understand it is an extreme privilege to be able to pay your bills on time. And it is an extreme privilege to have that money left over to to willy nilly just be able to pay for whatever you want. There's so many people suffering so hard, mounts of fucking papers of bills and shit, and they're trying to figure it out. So I'm just being honest. I don't care about me, but we can't just keep on this narrative of like, ew, you're so icky, you don't pay your bills. I never understand. I don't understand how people live like that. How do people live without paying their bills? Bitch, do you ever you've probably fucking live in Kentucky in like a
Bitch.
$3 million
Oh,
house,
Kentucky Fried
like with
Chicken.
like your whole family, like living the like vida loca as you should. I'm so grateful, loving for you. But like there's a lot of people in the cities that are not in those experiences.
Yeah.
So I think that was a lot. But
Ah, we're all having like a.
I'm like on that note, I'm about to spend $300 on Camp Flog Knock. Like
See,
literally.
but it's those kind of things that I look forward to. Like, I would rather like spend my money on that and know that I had a good time.
Always.
And it's also like as of right now, like these years are gonna be years for me that I want to remember. Because who knows? Like all the adults have always told me, like I'm not even friend because I always listen to what they say. Because I mean, obviously some of they're wrong, but like I always try to take as much like
Wisdom,
advice.
advice, yeah.
Um, and it's like it's gonna get busy, and I know that for a fact. Like even seeing you, like you get busy too, like in your
Mm.
like it's just. And I also want to prioritize going like having fun. Obviously, I still work. I mean, like, I still go to school and I still do all these things. But if opportunities like this come where I can like create memories and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to spend money on that.
Yeah. No, and also when you're younger, you have the time and you have the energy, but you don't have the money. And when you're older, you have the money, but you don't have the time or the energy.
Exactly.
So like it's really important to prioritize your youth. It's very important to prioritize just having fun. Guys, youth doesn't mean 10 years old, 20 years old. Youth means anything. If you're anybody in this world is young compared to somebody else. So take advantage of that youth. Don't only compare yourself to people that are younger compare yourself also to people that are older. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like it's very easy in today's society to compare yourself to younger people because there's so many cool young people
Yeah.
doing so many amazing things. Like Tate McRae, she's 20 years old. I was low key jealous watching her. I'm like, I want to be Tate. Like that's so cool. But there's also guys like I might be old compared to Tate, but to a 25-year-old, I'm young. So let me take advantage of that energy.
Yeah. And it's also like I was literally talking to this about too, like people like or like the older people, like I even if you're like older, like you shouldn't be afraid. Like if you want to have fun, like you deserve to have fun. Like
Yeah.
you like I was talking to this to one of the people that I had met at the SZA concert, and she was like, she has her kid, and she's like, "Oh, I feel so old." Like, but once Oscar said hi to me and like talked, cause she was with her daughter and her like her sister, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" You're like, she had a post that said, "I named my daughter Solana
Oh
after
yeah.
SZA," and I was like, "Oh my god, that is so cool." And then she's like, telling me she's like, I felt so like young again. I was like, girl, you don't look at age over like 20. I'm like, let's be so
A
for
day
real.
over
And I'm
20.
like, it's over 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, you deserve to have fun. She's like, I just feel like I'm old and I can only do certain things. I'm like, that's not the case. I'm like, I feel like you can still do like what you want to do as long as you have your priorities straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, age shouldn't like define like if you can go out or like have fun. I'm like, everyone deserves to have fun.
Yeah, like everyone's scared of growing up, but I feel like we should start to like romanticize it more. I'm excited for my 25-year-old era where I'm like buff, fit, cute, clean, drinking like green juices every morning, working on my gut health type shit.
Yeah.
Like those are very big privileges to those are very big privileges to be able to work towards. But I think sometimes you have to take advantage of that privilege. Like we don't have kids. Let's take advantage of that. Do
Yeah.
whatever we want. That girl might have kids, but she doesn't have two kids. So she
Yeah.
should take advantage of that, you
Yeah.
know? Like bring her kids somewhere. Maybe like have her mom take care of her for one night, but still prioritize her health and like
Yeah.
her social energy. Because if you don't have social energy, like you're not gonna be able to do anything. Like literally with my bills, people are like, why are you spending on going out? Guys, if I don't have fun one day out of the week, how am I gonna have any mental or physical energy to like go live every day to like make these videos that make me feel good about myself
Exactly.
and everything like that. So I feel like we just have to kind of romanticize growing up and also,
And it's also like I saw this video of like it's like one of the those animated videos that they put on Instagram. It's like
yeah,
very like
sad.
inspirational
Yeah,
or like very sad. Um, it's literally like it was just this person who was just in a constant cycle of like literally going to work, going to sleep, and then just constant cycle. And I was like, oh, I don't want to become that. I don't want
so
to just
bad.
become like an industry like body of like just working and working. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I hustle for my bag. I am down to always like obviously get my money because I always they want the money. But it's also like I'm not gonna be in that cycle of like constantly like work, go home, sleep, shower,
Yeah,
work. Like
yeah,
it's like constant. It's like
constant.
I can't do a cycle. I literally will start feeling stressed out and I will feel like I need to break something because like it's just too much. Like
Yeah,
once you start getting into a cycle, or for me personally, I feel like it's like scary because like you're like becoming like a robot.
no, literally. That's why you have to like try to get yourself out of it as quickly as possible because it helps you find other ways to make that money. You know, like if you're in the cycle, you don't have time to find other ways to make money. So you're so scared of losing that job because you need that money, you know?
Yeah,
But like literally guys, the biggest thing I've always said is like literally like to work any 9 to 5 for like 6 to 8 months, save all the money you have, use that money to get a nice Airbnb for like 2 months in whatever city you want to live in and whatever city you want to like put your foot into, have those 2 months to figure it out. If you don't figure it out, go back to your 9 to 5. But give yourself 2 months of clear, consistent, and guaranteed living in the city you want to and try to make your dreams come true there. Try to make other ways to find that money. And then it'll work out. That's what I did. I don't know. Like I've always recommended that. And I got myself out of that now. Like I'm still young. Like I hope that I can continue to do what I love. But yeah, it's scary to like get caught in that cycle and you're still so young and also you're going to college and you're building a business so like you're like just at the start of all that, but I
that's
feel
why
like
I prioritize
everybody
these moments.
these
I'm
moments
like these
everybody can
moments.
learn from these moments.
Just dip my toe in the water.
Yeah, we always just touch in the water,
It's just in the water.
but okay, I
Oh my
think
god,
we
we got like
should.
so inspirational.
I know, I'm like, let's end the podcast before I start
Yeah,
crying or something. We still didn't talk about Grinder.
but that's for another day. I'm
Well,
like,
we need a
well,
whole
it's because like
podcast.
it's a
It's a
whole
whole
thing.
thing. It's a whole thing.
And we don't want to just like half-ass.
Oh my gosh! But to end off the thing, guys, literally tell me why in the Uber last night, the drunk Uber, Oscar downloaded Grinder on his phone.
Oh.
Oscar downloaded Grinder on his phone just to see this man's profile and see what pictures he had up.
Well, no, I was trying to see like, I mean, let me see if it's like
Oscar like thought he was cute or something. I don't know what kind of kick you were on.
No, okay.
He's like, wait, why is he kind of cute?
No, all I said was he's nice. He's like, because he's like, guys, he reminds me of like this cute little adorable, like with the little, because he had a fedora.
Fedora, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like he's so, like so small. But then again, like I started thinking, I was like, he's kind of like a killer or something.
Yeah, he could have. Oh my gosh, guys, you got to be safe. We were all together, so it's fine. But no, yeah, it seemed like you had a crush on him or something.
No, you think that every guy that he thinks that every guy that I'm like he thinks that every guy that I'm nice to, I'm like flirting with or something.
Well,
he's like, you're not.
I'm like, your track record says otherwise.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. But guys,
I don't play those games around here.
thank you for watching the Be So For Real pod. We love you guys.
I love you guys.
If you guys love us back,
we'll have another podcast
soon. Yeah, we'll see if I end up going to Camp Flognog. If not,
you will.
Hopefully, I will because I want to watch Rex Orange County. But we'll talk next time on the pod.
And let's be so for real.
Let's be so always for real.
Be so for real.
And
always
let's be let's be fucking for real. Ew, I'm icked out.
I'm like,
get the fuck out, guys. I'm literally like begging. Oh my gosh, the sunlight is on us. Bye, guys.
I'm like.